have a little bit of time to do my makeup. I already put my primer and foundation and everything on. The foundation I'm wearing is the NARS Naturally Radiant, and this is in the shade New Caledonia. Now, I took the pump off, the cap is on the pump, because I wasn't able to get any more foundation out using the pump. So now I just have it open with, and I use like one of these spatula things to scrape out the foundation and use it that way, because I like to get all of the drips and drabs of every product I have. I want to make sure I use every last bit. Another thing that I did with my NYX Proof It is I took the stopper out. Now the stopper, there's usually a stopper on a lot of products that come in this kind of packaging. Initially I tried to do it with some tweezers, but that didn't work. Sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't. So then I went in with my needle nose pliers. Don't ask who let me buy tools, okay? Okay. So basically all you do is you take it and you put it on the stopper and you pull it out. Super easy. But I want to make sure that I get all of that. And when you take the stopper out, it allows you to use something like this, if need be, to get in there and scoop out the product. That's my tip for you today. So I'm going to go ahead and put this primer on. And gonna blend it out with this jumbo concealer from the Fusion collection from Sonia G. Yeah, I had to think for a second. Okay, so the weather outside is frightful. And there's no fire because it's too high. And it's kind of dark and dreary. That makes me want to wear blue for some reason. I really want to use my Cosmic Wanderer palette from Terra Moons. This is the only palette I have from them, but I have quite a few singles from them. And the cool thing about this is that these shades can be removed. So, did I show you all this? Did I show you this? Okay, so you know how I have... Oh, okay, chill out, calm down, pause. Okay, you know how I have this magnet, right? Like, remember I was so excited I bought like 3 or something? So this is great to pick up shadows that are in magnetic pans. You just use it and it picks stuff right up. Okay. Here's the thing. Now, we all know that most of the time I have long nails. Not today because I'm probably gonna do my hair tomorrow. So I can't do my hair with long nails. Anyway, but I wanted something that was easier to like catch and release, essentially. Isn't that like a fishing term? I've never been fishing a day in my life. I fish for compliments. So I saw Lethal Cosmetics, their Instagram, they were using this thing that was like a pen magnet, and I was like, I need one. And so I tried to find the one that they had. I think I found one, but it was terrible. But then I found this, which is supposed to be like a hearing aid battery magnet. So if you have those tiny batteries for like hearing aids, you can use this. Now it is like a pen, it's a clickable pen, and you can go right in there and pick up your shadow. Again, this has changed my life. And the thing that I like about it, like it's holding on, is that when you want to put it back in the package, you can just place it in there. See if I can do it holding it. Click the pen and it's back in there, y'all. This changed my life. I have 3 of them. So if you have like little appliances or personal devices and such that have the tiny little batteries and you always struggle to get them, or you gotta put your glasses and magnifying glasses on to try to get those things out, consider getting a hearing aid battery magnet and using it for your single shadows. Tip number 2. I don't think I have a third one. Okay, so I want to use this palette. I want to use the blues in here. And I thought that I could pair it with the Melt Muerte palette. This is such a like deep, dark, sultry, seductive palette. And I find that I don't use it a ton. I mean, I just got it a couple months ago. But I want to make sure to use it and not just like leave it there for it to look pretty like I do with my Pat McGrath palettes. So I put the primer on. And I think I'm going to go into this shade here. So I'm going to take advantage of not having long nails and just use my finger to pat this shade onto my eyes. Ooh. Like, it's bright in the pan, but it's like boom pow on the eye. And it's definitely got a shift to it. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but I see like some purple, some green, the blue. It's got a lot going on. I'm not mad at it. What, like I need a towel. Where's the towels at? When I tell you, I am so glad that it's the end of the week. I'll probably do another video later because I need to do my weekly roundup. But child, ooh. Oh, I need to email somebody. I might be able to take an unexpected day off if one person can move their appointment. I typically don't like moving people's appointments, but I've learned that sometimes I need to, right? Because also sometimes clients, patients, they need to move stuff. And if I have the ability to move people and they're flexible and I can get an extra day to do either nothing or doctor's appointments or supervision, because when you are a psychologist that supervises other clinicians, basically that means they work under your license. So you have to supervise all of their work. So that means meeting with them, especially if they're on the path to getting licensed, and also signing all of their clinical notes and stuff. So I try to be as on top of it as I possibly can. And it's also about teaching folks like the business of psychology, like the business side, and consulting. It's just, it comes with a lot of work. So I have my clients and my clinical paperwork and consulting and getting like referrals and stuff for them. And then basically I also do that for a couple of other people who are under my supervision. So if I have an extra day, that's awesome because it just gives me extra time, you know, nothing like spectacular, but super helpful. Now, what do I want to do? I just want to be like just all blue, just blued out. What's this shade here? I'm gonna go into this one. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's dark. Ooh, Fallout. Okay, there's a lot happening. A lot happening right now. It's okay. We're okay. We are okay. Okay. Hi. This is a deep shade. Like, hey, hi, hello. Okay, okay. Calm down. Oh, okay. So now we have a blue cheek. Where's the... Oh. I love these Clean Skin Club makeup wipes. Just wipe that off. No big deal. Don't panic. Okay. So, just taking my foundation brush and blending that spot now. And then I'm going to go in and do my concealer and brows and everything, and then come back and figure out what I'll use to blend out the rest of my eye makeup. Be right back. I'm going to take one of my newer favorite brushes, the 109 from BK Beauty. This is part of their expansion of their core line. I was thinking, I was like, where did I get Don't Panic from? And I feel like, does my dad say that? I'm trying to figure out if it's my dad who says it. I don't know. But I feel like all of my family, we each have like our little sayings and stuff. When you hear my dad say honey child, we're like, girl, where did you get that from, honey child? And like every other Caribbean person, when he like yawns or get up off the couch or something, he's like, oh, Father, Mother God. Okay, leave me alone. I'm cracking myself up. But I think my dad sometimes is like, don't panic. So anyway, that made me think of all the fun times I had when I was home last month, with my family, and we were talking about, you know, when you're with your family, I don't know if your family is like this, like you're just always going in on each other and having a good old time, and nobody's safe. Like mom, dad, cousin, auntie, uncle, niece, nephew, everybody gets some of this, you know? So we're like joking and like howling, laughing, and we were talking about, I don't know if I've said this before, but I play the steel drums, the steel pan, y'all know that? So in the music, in the movie The Little Mermaid, you know when you hear that music, that's steel drum. So I play that. I've been playing since I was 9. I'm like professional. So essentially I've been playing for over like about 30 years. I'm not 40 yet. I've played everywhere. I played at the House of Blues. I played an Olympic torch running. I played for the governor of California. I've played at various churches and schools and concerts and TV and all kinds of stuff. Now, being the youngest, like I was, the last one to show interest in playing the steel drum because my siblings are much older than me, but I'm the only one out of my siblings that plays. I didn't mention my dad plays too. So the steel drum is from Trinidad, and the story is that way, way, way back in the day, the colonizers thought that the steel drum, like in drumming and everything, not the steel drum, yeah. They just thought that like drumming was like aggressive, and they basically weren't allowing the African slaves to use or play music. So our ancestors went ahead and started like creating their own instruments, and there was something called the tambu bambu, where it was like bamboo sticks and they would like hit them together, and then they started using like pots and pans and things like that. And then someone took an oil drum and basically made a steel drum, and it became like the instrument of Trinidad. And it wasn't until like US navies and like the settlers and Navy and settlers and stuff like brought the music back to America that it started to become well known. Anyway, that's your number 3 tip. That's your history lesson for the day. So my dad, growing up in Trinidad, he learned to play at a young age, and so I would always go with my dad to like his band practice and everything. And then one day I was like, I want to play. So he started teaching me, and then I joined the band. I was like I think I was like 12, because when I was 9, I was like, I don't want to be the only kid. I don't want to be the only girl. But then after a while, I was like, listen, I need to be like getting paid for this. So I started playing the steel drum in the band, and my dad and I went on to have several bands. Why am I telling you this? I forgot my point. I'm super talented. I'm really good at it. I'm a professional musician. Is that all I wanted you to know? No, but so when I was home, my siblings and I were like cracking up because my dad is a terrible teacher. Like, he would not be able to teach in schools because he gets frustrated and he's like, I didn't tell you to play that. Why are you playing that? Like, it's like, sir, don't panic. Like, can you chill out? OMG. So basically, as I was growing up, I had no life because all I was doing was going to school, and then I would play. We'd have band practice like several times a week, and then oftentimes we would be practicing all day Saturday, and we would have performances and stuff like that. And I'm just gonna say it, I was one of the best, okay? So sometimes whatever composer would come in and teach me all the parts, and then I would have to teach the rest of the band. Not to mention, I was a super duper nerd, so I was always doing like homework and stuff, and then I used to be a lot more fluent in Spanish, so I used to tutor Spanish-speaking kids at the Boys and Girls Club, and like I was just doing the most, okay? So I didn't have much of a life outside of that stuff. So I didn't go crazy until clinical internship, like 10 years ago. That's when I started getting my little fun in. But before that, honey, I was like the perfect child. Anyway, I've had a partner say before that the happiest they have ever seen me is when I'm playing the steel drums, and that is incredibly true. It's like happier than when I'm playing with makeup. If that gives you any sort of insight. Let me tell you something. When I can just sit down and play the pan, not sit down, stand up, it just takes me to another place, you know? But my siblings and I were just cracking up at my dad's terrible teaching ability. I'm gonna go in with this shade from the Muerte palette because I said I was gonna use it. I think what I was being made fun of for was, like, I don't know, some of you have like immigrant parents and just like older parents, or maybe you yourself. My mom and dad have very traditional ideas around gender roles and stuff, which I completely push against. But if you were to come to my house as a friend, right, if I'm inviting you and we have some food or whatever, I'm expected to bring you a plate of food or like a drink or something. And especially if you are my partner. So my sister, my older sister, me and my brother hadn't met her little boyfriend. Why do black people do that? Not her little boyfriend. Like, they are full on seriously adults. But we hadn't met her little boyfriend, so she was gonna introduce him to the family. And I'm like, okay. So we go to my parents' house, right? And I had like helped my sister buy, like, listen, when you go to California, when you go to LA, you need to find the fish place in the ghetto, in the hood. Go to that fish place and get you some like fish with some shrimp and some fries and stuff. When I tell you the best fried fish I've ever had is back home in South Central. Let me tell you something. Oh, there's something about that. You know, do y'all remember those you buy, we fry? Child. Ooh. So we bought some fish and stuff for the family. Child, we bought like $100 worth of stuff. And in the hood, that's a lot. So her little boyfriend comes over and we meet him like, hey. Now, I don't shake his hand because they said that he has a shrimp allergy, and I had just ate a whole bunch of shrimp. So I was like, I'm not going to shake your hand because I just ate some shrimp and I heard that you was allergic. So here go my sister fixing this man a plate. Child, when I tell you, I was like, I don't mean to be contrary, but he ain't got feet. He can't get up and get the stuff himself. And I say that because my sister is disabled. And I'm like, no, you're not over here hobbling around fixing this man a plate of food when he can get up and get it himself. So my family was like laughing at me because my mom was like, I can't believe you don't fix boo thing, my boo thing, dinner all the time. And I'm like, mommy, if I fix that man a plate, he gonna ask me what's going on. He's gonna be like, "What you bite some of it first. You try it first, cause I don't know why you serving me this plate." So I checked in with Boo Thang. I was like, so you know that's like not my jam or whatever, but like, do you want me to do that? Because if you do, I will do it. Like when we go to my parents' house, I'm like, I'm gonna fix you a plate of food. But do you want me to be doing that all the time? And he said, nah. And I was like, you're perfect. You fixed me a plate, okay? Girl, what am I talking about? Child, I don't know. I'm just talking, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just talking. I need like a brown. That's not in here. Nor is it in here, I don't think. But I want like a brown. You know what I can use? I'm gonna go ahead and use some of this powder from Laura Mercier. This is just the translucent deep. What is that? Did I get it? So my grad school advisor, so when you go to grad school, you get an academic advisor. Same as when you're in college. But in grad school, especially PhD school, this is the person, like, they're going to be helping you with your dissertation, all that jazz, right? Now, I didn't realize that not everyone got a good grad school advisor because, listen, my advisor, I would not have made it through grad school without her. I'm a first generation student, so I didn't know what I was doing at all. So I was like, ma'am, like we need to meet consistently. Like we need to meet weekly because I don't know what I'm doing. And she was just the best because she didn't just attend to like getting me through grad school on the academic side. Like it was also personal. Like there was one time where, y'all, I just could not find a place to have my bra size. I could not find it. So we were meeting and I told her this. I was like, I can't find a bra. And do you know, we spent that whole meeting and she was calling all these different stores to figure out if they had my bra size. I was like, this is amazing. Thank you so much. So from then on, she became who I refer to as my Jewish mother. Oh my God. And so one time, her and her husband were going out of town and they have 2 daughters. And the daughters were like young, like preteen. No, one was like looking at colleges, I think. So the other one wasn't gonna go with them. And so my advisor needed someone to like check in on the younger one and like take her to her little friend's house and all that stuff. I was like, sure, I can do it. Okay. So I go to their house. Now, mind you, I'm in Missouri. And Missouri is not super diverse where I was. Where the University of Missouri is not super diverse, right? So I go to my advisor's nice house. Her husband and the oldest daughter are gone to look at schools and stuff. And I need to go pick up the youngest daughter to take her, I think she was going to dance class or a friend's house or something. So I'm knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. Homegirl ain't answering. And I'm like, uh-oh. She not answering. So I didn't have a key and I didn't have the code to like the garage or whatever. So I call the sister that's with my advisor and I'm like, hey, so your sister not answering the door. Like, how can you give me the code to get in so I could like get her? Because she also wasn't answering her phone. I was calling it. And so her dad comes on, my advisor's husband. He's like super cool, like chill. Like my advisor's like hyper and anxious and her husband's like just cool and chill. And he's like, oh yeah, here's the code. So I go in, I hear just music blasting and I'm yelling this girl's name. So I'm like, girl, but I'm saying her name, right? I'm like, girl, girl. And so then I see her laying on the couch and I'm still yelling and I'm yelling over the radio or whatever is playing. Mind you, I'm in this nice affluent little place and I'm a black person and this is a white neighborhood and I'm in somebody's white house yelling as a black person. You get me? You see what I'm saying? And homegirl was just like knocked out. And the first thing I thought was like, oh my God, did I kill my advisor's daughter? And I was like, I'm not going to graduate. I'm not going to get my degree. She finally wakes up because I'm like leaning over her and I'm trying not to freak her out because I would be kind of freaked out if somebody all of a sudden is in my house yelling at me and like, why are you here? So she finally woke up and it wasn't until like my advisor came back that I told her the story and I was like, ooh, I thought I was gonna flunk because I thought I killed your daughter. Anyway, we still stay in touch. And she calls me like a daughter to her and she wants to have like a little catch-up phone session soon, which I'm really excited about. And I remember when I was in grad school, like now she's retiring and I was like here's the thing, retire whenever you want to, but it's gonna have to be after I graduate. Like, you can't leave this school or nothing. Because, you know, sometimes people leave. And I was like, listen. Wait till I'm done, okay? That's what you gonna do. Thank you. Please and thank you. And y'all, when I tell you, she had me on track. I can appreciate my, like, naivete regarding grad school. Because I just, like, was so unaware of the like seriousness of some things, especially the dissertation piece. Maybe I can tell you about my dissertation in another video. Rose, I need some space. If you gonna come over here, then you're gonna have to say hi to the camera. Come on. I know. Okay, look. See, say hi. Hi. All right, ma'am. Can you let me have my space just real quick? Thank you so much. Thank you. Like, I don't know where to go, nothing to do, and nowhere to be. That's not true. I honestly just picked up the first lipstick that I saw. I don't know that I was meaning for it to be that one. But it is, so we're gonna just rock it. Alright, time to take the bonnet off. Okay, so yeah, like, make sure to check out my Instagram because then that's where I'm going to have a photo with, like, some actual clothes on and not this, like, ripped up t-shirt that I have going. Now, let me tell you something. This is just a t-shirt from, like, Walmart or Target. I think it's a men's size. But you know how the t-shirts be coming all up on your neck? So what I did is I cut it. I cut it myself. And I also cut the sleeves off because I wear it to, like, sleep because it's, like, oversized. and I don't like being restricted. So I bought a whole pack and just like cut them up myself. Okay, I bought 2 packs. Whatever, shut up. Anyway, hopefully some of this was helpful. I hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself. Let me know if you have the Cosmic Wonder palette or the Melt Muerte. If you were able to get that one. If you have not tried Terra Moons, I do suggest them. They have some amazing single shadows, okay? Now, let me go do some work. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next time.